Alrighty then, we're in the pit today. You know, every time I hear that song, I love the siren. I think I like that the most.
It just fits. It just fits.
It just fits. It's like I'm going to be taken out in handcuffs. So anyway, today I come in. We're doing a call in, and it's one of those shows I haven't done in a long time. But this one just fell in my lap, and I couldn't resist it. So today on the phone, I have Miss Lakeela Deloach Lucas. Are you on the phone?
Yes, I am.
Aha! Did you hear what I just said?
Yes. You pronounced my name right.
I'm so happy because some people just say mine wrong. So how are you today?
I am fine. How are you?
Oh, we are wonderful over here in the pit. It's not even hot today. It's very nice and cool down here. But so,
Yeah.
you know, just so in case anybody know, I just found an interesting fact. We had a little fun fact. Found out that Mr. Moss is related to you, and he happens to have a show here. Have you ever watched his show here, or
Yeah.
you did?
No, I haven't ever watched the show. I knew he had a show, and I've seen little bits and pieces of it, but no, I've never watched the show. I have to admit, I've never watched it.
Uh-oh, you're in trouble now. Maybe I put you on blast. I didn't mean to.
Wait a minute. You know what?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, wait a minute. Guess what? We're live, but it didn't go record. So we're going to have to start over again.
Okay, hold on just a minute.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry about. I apologize.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Technical.
We'll do the intro again.
Technical difficulties here.
Oh, okay. I'm a superstar. I know.
Okay, let's try this again. We had a little technical difficulty. You know, all this,
that's all right. I understand.
yeah, all this high-tech stuff sometimes is not so high-tech.
I know, right?
Right. So we'll just start right back where we left off. I'm not going to put you on blast that you haven't watched Mr. Moss's show. Oops, did I do that? Did I say that again? Oh, my God. But anyways, so now I've been following you on Facebook for a while, and you have the cutest little girl ever. I probably should have put her on the air because she just be talking too much smack. Oh my goodness. But let's talk about you being this world famous author. You got about what, 45 books out or something?
No, right now I'm pushing 10. We're actually working on number 11. So. Oh
my goodness! How do you pop them out so fast? How do you pop them out so fast?
You know what? I don't know, because I'm trying to find the time to finish number 11 now. It's like you just get in the mood, and just once I start typing, I can type very, very fast.
Yeah.
And I usually try to brainstorm before I actually start to write the book. So when I'm writing, it can just go, go, go.
Yeah.
But it's hard trying to find the time to write, especially now since, I had the baby. It's really hard.
Well, she want to help you out, I'm pretty sure. I think I got some static.
Yeah, okay, I'm here now.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
So you're on book number 11. Now, I noticed that you had a series of books that everybody was raving about. Tell me about that. It was the last few books, I think, was like a series or something, wasn't it?
Yes, it was actually called The Messy Baby Mamas Club, and I'm so embarrassed to say that. But
that's a good topic.
Everybody love those books.
Yeah.
They love. And what's so crazy about it is it was really hard for me to write it because I don't like to bash women.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very hard to be like, okay, I'm gonna write a book about all these women who are just
messy,
crazy, and obsessed with their baby daddies, and messy. And it was really, really hard for me to do it. But once I actually put them out there, they just took off, and I literally did a little bit of promoting, and I put them up on Amazon, and they just literally started selling them hotcakes, just selling. And they were all top 5 bestsellers for like months.
Wow.
And it's been a year now, and they're all still bestsellers.
Oh my God. How do you get a book to be a bestseller? Yeah. How do you make it a bestseller?
I don't know.
I mean, I've only written one book.
I think.
I've only written one book, and everybody else I know, they've written books. They're like, "Oh, mine is bestseller." I said, "Well, how'd you make it bestseller?" They're like, "Oh, you have to do this, and that." And I'm like, "What?" I don't have a clue. I thought if you just put it out there and people enjoyed it, that's how they go up the list. I had no clue.
I wish it was like that, because like I have a book I call Record Label Romance, and I love that book. I mean, I've been thinking about writing that book since I was like 18 years old. And it is one of my favorite books, but yet it's not a bestseller. And I think in today's age, unfortunately, everybody just wants drama.
Yeah.
So, because we're in the age of the Basketball Wives.
I was just getting ready to say that.
And everybody likes the drama.
Yeah.
So if you make a title that just it just screams drama, it seems like that's what people are reaching for. And it's kind of disappointing, because like I remember when I was growing up and I was reading, it was never like that. It was just like, I just want to read something good. But now it's just like all about the drama.
Right. And that is because I watch all of those housewives, and they just keep coming up with new housewives. And I love the drama, because I'm saying, I'm just like, how can they be friends if they act like that toward each other all the time?
Yes, I'll be thinking the same thing. Like, this is such a setup. Like, there's no way these women are friends. Stuff that they got going on. I just couldn't imagine having no friend like that.
Yeah, me either. I'd have been and walked away from that crap. I'd be like, one season, I'm done.
Exactly.
So now, are you originally from Flint?
Yes, I'm originally born and raised all over Flint.
All over.
I can't say it. But originally born and raised in Flint. I actually moved up to the Metro Detroit area back in like 2005. And then when I got married, I moved to Detroit with my husband, because he's from Detroit.
Oh, okay.
And so he convinced me to move into one of the historic districts, and I was like, okay, I'll do it.
But then you end up loving it.
I like the area I'm in. Detroit is it reminds me of Flint a lot.
Yeah.
So, got those areas that you want to stay in, the areas you want to stay out of. You know, so I couldn't imagine living in any other area than the area I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like it though.
So now in your bio, you told me you'd been in over 13 schools and you've moved about 40 times when you were growing up.
Yes.
That sort of sounds like me. I call our family nomads because we moved around the corner from our house. And then we moved back around the corner 2 doors down from where we just left. So, I mean, I can feel it.
You know, if I would have moved around the corner from my previous house, I probably would have felt a little bit better. But like, I was literally moved from like north to the south to the east to the west, you know, kind of all over the place. And I even was moved to Detroit when I was in the 7th or 8th grade. I was moved to Detroit, and we stayed here for about a year, and then we moved right back to Flint. And I remember once I got to high school, I told my mom, I said, I don't care how many times we move. I am not switching high schools. And I started at Northern, my 9th grade, and then I went over to Beecher with my granddad. He was actually teaching at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And then he became the principal. And I just stayed there for the rest of I think I did half in 9th, and then I stayed 10th, 11th, and 12th. And I was really happy about that, to finally be able to sit somewhere and actually have friends. And, you know, it was times where I didn't even make friends at school because I knew that before the school semester was over, I was going to be moving again. So,
I know. I used to hate that, too. Yeah, when I was in 7th grade, we moved around like that, and I hated it because, you know, 7th grade and meet people, and then all of a sudden my family moved across town, start a new school, stayed there about 3 weeks, and then turn around and come right back to the other school. And I'm like, well, what did we leave for?
Now, why did you guys move so much?
Well, we moved because it was like my dad worked in one spot, but then it seemed like a lot of the houses we moved into, we never owned a house. Our family never owned a house. They always rented. So it was like you rent over here for a while. Well, I don't like this, so let's move over there. And you go to school. Then you don't like that house. Then you find a better house over here, so you're back where you started. So that's why it was like we moved right around the corner, and then that house like fell down around us. And then we moved back around the corner 2 doors down, you know, and it was just like we were always moving. All the way up until I was 18.
Yeah.
When I hit 18, girl, I hit that door. I never come back. I was like, I'm out. I hate moving. I hate to move.
I moved probably when I turned 18. Like I said, I left Flint, and then I dated, and then I got previously married, and we moved a bit, and then after our divorce, I moved again.
Mm-hmm.
And then after I moved and he found out where I lived at, I moved again.
You had to move again.
Yeah, and I told myself that I was not going to do this when I got grown.
I know.
And when I met my now husband and we bought our house in Detroit, I said, and he had came to me one day. He was working in California. He said, I want you to come visit California. I said, okay. And he said, don't you like it here? Don't you want to move here? I said, listen here. I am not changing my address again. If you see my credit report and all the addresses that are listed on my credit report, I am not moving ever again. I said the only time I'm moving again is when you build me a house from the ground up.
Exactly. And that'll be your forever house. You know, that's your forever house.
I'm not doing it. Yes. I don't want to move ever again.
So the book that you're working on now, you said it's about how to get out of how to get out of abusive relationships and still pretty much keep your head above water. But how did that come about?
That's after my first book.
Oh, that was after your first book.
That
was
my very first book.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that was my first book. It's called Get Over 'Em, Girl.
Get Over 'Em, Girl.
I wrote it.
That's pretty direct. You better get over that, girl. Got no time for that foolishness.
Yeah, I wrote that. I wrote that after I got divorced. I thought, it actually. I've always wanted to be a writer. Mm-hmm. I've been writing since as early as I can remember. When I was in the 2nd grade, I won awards for writing and things like that. And I even won the key to Flint City, for a writing contest.
Oh, get out!
And Yeah, I was in the second or third. See, I moved so much, I don't even know what grade I was in. I was in like the second or the third grade.
Somewhere.
But I've always been writing, and when I got older, Mr. Moss's wife, my grandmother, she just always made sure that I got a career, and then I did what I wanted to do with my life. You know, she was all for being a writer, doing whatever I wanted to do.
Right.
But I just had to have a career first that I can always make sure that I could take care of myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I started nursing school, and when I finished nursing school, I said, okay, I'm going to write. But the marriage that I was in, my then husband, he wasn't supportive in my writing, and I ended up just kind of sticking with school and sticking with nursing and working on my next degree. Mm-hmm. And when me and him got divorced, I said, you know what? No, I'm going to do what I always said I want to do. I've always wanted to write. This is what I've always wanted to do. Yeah. This is what I feel. I mean, I'm a wonderful nurse. I know God put me here to be a wonderful nurse, but I know that my true purpose here was to write. So I said, I'm not going to write. I'm not going to worry about it anymore. I'm just going to write. So the first book I wrote, it actually didn't even start off as a book. I was just going through the motions of my divorce, and I was just kind of writing a journal and just writing about how I was feeling, and it just came to me. And then I started having friends who were going through breakups and stuff, and they would call me like, well, how did you do it? You know, how did you get over him? And I said, you know what? I'm going to take all of that, and I'm going to put it in a book, and I'm going to write a book about how I got over my divorce. So I put my story in there, but I put little clips of my story, but then I go into telling you how to actually get over this breakup and this divorce without breaking down or cutting his tires or going to jail.
Like waiting to exhale. Set that car on fire.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's what I want to do. Don't set the car on fire. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to torch some stuff.
You get just so angry, like, you know, it's crazy that a person that love and a person can make you do the unthinkable.
Yeah.
I never thought about wanting to murder somebody, you know.
Until then.
But it'll put you there. Yeah, it'll put you there.
Well, and you know, that's what's hard is like when you write the book and you can put it from your experience, that when people read it, could they see themselves in it? Like, this is what I think I need to do, or some of them actually followed that as a guide to say, okay, now I just need to walk away and don't torch that Beamer, you know? Because I want to torch the Beamer. I just want to see fire.
I know, right? I wanted to torch the house.
Kill that one spider. I had to burn the house down.
You know, I got a lot of women who, and I do mention in the book, in the very, very beginning of the book, like, if you don't think that you're ready to move on, don't continue reading this book.
Right.
You know, because a lot of times we think we want to move on, but we know deep down that we're not ready to move on. So the book isn't going to help you if you're not ready to move on.
Exactly. You have
to mentally and physically be ready to move on.
Yeah, I have a friend that I tell that all the time, you know, it's like, I'm so tired of this, I'm tired of that. I said, no, you're not. She's like, what? I said, you're not tired. She goes, oh, I'm so tired. I said, no, you're not tired, because if you was tired, you'd make that move. And that's the way I see it. That's the harsh reality of it. When I got tired of it, I made the move. He went out of town. He come back, the house was empty. I made the move. Where my family at?
Yeah, that's a move.
Yeah, I mean, I did.
That's a move.
I sold everything that wasn't bolted down. When he came back, the house was empty. You know, I was gone, kid gone. I sold a car, left a dog. It's like in Takers when T.I. said, when T.I. said them Russians, they love their sheepdog. Well, I left his dog, but I sold his car. He saw his car driving down the road. He like, who got my car? I said, that's not your car anymore.
Like, that ain't your car no more.
You can't stop a person if they really want to do it. I mean, like, I've always been determined like that. If I say I'm going to do something, you best believe that it's going to happen. And when you treat me bad, it's going to happen even faster.
And I like to tell people too, like you don't want to keep involving a lot of people if you know that you're not going to really move on.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard being that friend that your friend come calling every time and telling you what they're going through. And you're like, you know, just leave. And you giving them all this advice. And they're like, yeah, I'm getting out of here. I'm leaving. And then they turn around and they still there next week. And it's like, you feel stupid. Like,
Yeah.
I should have just kept my mouth
Or even if they leave and then they get back together. That's what make me mad, is you done help them escape. And then he's come through and slick the weenie on you, and it's all over again.
Exactly.
I can't do it.
And that's in a book. Like, if you're not ready to move on, do not read this book. It will not work for you, because, you know, some women be like, I'm still read the book. And then they be like, well, it didn't help me. Because you're not ready.
You're not ready.
To move on.
You're like, it's a good read.
You're still trying to hold on. Yeah, you're still trying to hold on to it. But I've had a lot of women who contact me, you know, on social media, and they'll just be like, your book changed my life. Thank you. I did it. I got out of this. I got out of that. And I left. I feel better, you know, and a lot of, you know, I see me in this book and just so much. And that makes me feel so good.
Well,
you know, even if I can help one person, that was really all that matters.
Yeah, because the thing that gets me is the domestic abuse, that, you know, women have the opportunity to leave and they don't leave. They choose to involve other people, and other people feel sorry for them and go out of their way to help them, and then they don't leave. And after that, it's like, don't call me again. Don't ask for my help anymore. And you hate to be like that, because next time it could be even worse. But, you know, after a while, you have to just say, no, I can't help you anymore, because you're really not going to cut it loose.
Exactly. I've had people contact me like that too. Like, you know, I seen you were in an abusive relationship, and, you know, I'm in one now, and I'm trying to leave, and, you know, and I'm asking them a series of questions, and I see deep down inside, you don't want to go.
Yeah.
You don't want to leave. And there's only so much I can tell you, and I can't help you that much if you don't want to physically leave.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is the fear of the unknown, because if you have people that's been in a relationship for, say, 20 years and they've been tortured the whole 20 years, that right there I can't even see happening. But people will stay in it because the old vows is like, well, you stay, you don't believe in divorce, and it's till death do us part. Well, I want to know whose death it is going to do me part, because I don't want it to be mine.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. I always say that. It's going to be the death of somebody that's going to do you part.
Yeah, but I don't want it to be mine, because a lot of people, you know, you read about it, and they make movies about husbands killing wives and wives killing husbands because of the abuse. But, you know, it's like, I think, and I don't know for sure because I've never experienced it, but there's always got to be a way to get out.
Yeah. It is. I mean, it is a lot of work, you know, and a lot of women are, what do you call it, like repeat offenders. Like, they just date men that are abusive.
Yeah.
And they can't get out of this cycle. So they'll leave a one man and they'll get another relationship, but they'll pick up the same type of man. Then they're back into another abusive relationship, and again. And it's like, for them women, it's nothing you can do but, like, you need to see a therapist, because you need to figure out why you're dating these type of men.
Yeah, and if they say I want to date a guy like my father, and then your father was abusive, I'm thinking, wait a minute, that cycle needs to be broken. Yeah, that's one of those cycles that need to be broken. So when they got into when they read that book, you know, then, you know, you get some people, so much percentage of them saying it really worked, and the other ones say it didn't work. So then you go over to the next stack of books, and you got drama, and they all love that.
Oh yeah.
Then they I can read these books.
That one was nonfiction. That one was really based on my life. So that one I knew, like, I never really wanted to be a nonfiction writer, but I just had to get that book out. And then the rest of my books are just all fiction. So, you know, that's what I write. That's the drama and, you know, all the stuff that I write. So it's definitely a different, you know, different type of story.
Yeah. Because that's what I did with mine, is a little bit about my life, and then I added some relatives in, and, you know, basically it's my long story, but it's just like the tip of the iceberg. And when do you know when you write about your life, like where do you know when not to say certain things? Because when I look at your bio that you gave me, I told you I was like, I should have brought me a box of Kleenex. But when do you
and
know?
You know what? And there's so much more that I can't talk about this.
Yeah,
I can't talk about this.
that's what I feel. It was like the first book was just like the tip of the iceberg, and then you see how it goes over, and then I figure, this one friend of mine told me, she said, well, I like that one so much, you should write a part 2. I said, oh no, I don't think I can do part 2. I don't think I can do part 2. I'd have to. I would have to move to another country and then do part 2. Because all the truths be coming out.
Everybody off and everything.
Yeah, I mean, all the truths be coming out, and everybody hates you anyway. So you'd be like, "What the hell? I might as well move to another country."
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I didn't want to. When I wrote my nonfiction book, everybody kept asking me like, "How did you just like tell all your business about you and your ex-husband?" I'm like, it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
But I had to say what I had to say for people to understand and for people to really take the book serious, because I can't give you relationship advice if I don't tell you about my relationship. So you can see like, oh, okay, well she's been through this and she's been through that and she's been through this.
Yeah.
So it was easier to let people know how to get over it if they seen that I was actually going through it.
Now, how did your ex-husband handle your divorce? And like you said, your son died, and when you lose a child like that, how did he handle that?
He was so, and I think that was one of the big breaking points in our marriage, like the climax, that I knew it was never going to be the same from there. He didn't know how to act towards it, so he was just kind of like, oh well, it happened, get over it. And it was like, I remember when I found out that our son was dead, like when I went to the doctor's appointment and they told me that he had passed away inside of me. We knew he was sick. He had a heart condition. Oh. And the plan was to give him a heart surgery after he was born.
Right.
So I was 8 months, and we were almost there, and they had started to, give me steroids and everything because they knew it was going to be an early delivery. And he was just kind of so, like, nonchalant about it, just kind of like he wouldn't really express how he was feeling at the time, so I didn't really know. And then I remember when I delivered him, we agreed that if we had a girl, I would name her. If we had a boy, I would name him. I mean, he would name him. And when we delivered him, and the nurse came back in and was like, okay, well, we're filling out this paperwork. We need to know what his name was. And I looked at him, and he looked back at me, and he said something like, well, I'm not giving my name to the baby now. Like, as if he's dead now. Like, I'm not giving that name to him.
Oh.
And I was so crushed and so hurt. And I ended up naming him, I named him Isaiah Christopher. And I was like, okay, I'll pick that name. And then about a few hours later, he looked at me and he said, when do you want to have another baby? Because if you don't want to have another baby right now, we're going to get a Cadillac.
What?
And I'm like, what?
Wait a minute, I don't even mean to laugh. That's too funny. Like, he said, you're going to spend this money one way or the other. It's either going to be on a baby or it's going to be on a Cadillac.
Yeah, I'm like, what do I say to this?
Wow.
So I'm just telling him, like, I need time to heal. I need time to get over this. This isn't something easy. We had his baby room together. We were buying things. It wasn't easy. And then when we got home from the hospital, he went immediately right back to work. Like, he didn't stay home with me not one day. He just went right back to work. And I called him at work, and I was boo-hooing because I kept having phantom pains because I was feeling the baby kick in. I was hearing babies crying. Like, I was losing my mind. Yeah. And I called him, and I had nobody with me because all of my family's in Flint. So it's just me all by myself. And I called him, and I told him, I'm going crazy. I think I'm losing my mind, and I want to blow my head off. And he said, don't call me at work with this. I'm trying to concentrate. And hung the phone up in my face.
He really didn't handle it
And,
well.
man, and at that time, I literally had the shotgun in my hand and everything.
No.
And I said, yeah, I was like there. I was there because I thought I was going crazy. You know, my boobs are leaking milk, and I keep going to sleep, waking up and thinking the baby's still in my stomach.
Oh
And,
my
you
goodness.
know, and I'm just literally losing my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody was there. And his mom called me, and I'm like, okay, you know, maybe because she called me right after he called,
Mm-hmm.
and she says, what did she say? She said something like, I need you to stop calling my son at work with that while he's trying to work. You need to get over it. I've had a miscarriage before. And I said, wait a minute, ma'am, this is not a miscarriage. Like, I literally had a whole child.
Right.
You know, and she was basically telling me I need to get over it and stop bothering her son with it.
That is too much. That right there would make me
Yeah.
want to
So
I'd bust him up
after that-
first.
After that, I knew it was over.
Yeah.
You know, it was just pretty much just, the rest of the marriage was just trying to do, like you said before, the whole biblical vows, I'm not going to divorce you, you know, that
Right.
whole thing.
Right.
And it was over though. It was over.
When you know it,
I was just trying to hold on to hope.
yeah, you know, but in your heart you knew it was over, and then you had to make that move because, you know, I can't imagine anybody saying that, like, get over it. You know, get over it. I mean, it's not like a miscarriage at like 6 weeks when it's just like a little peanut.
Exactly.
I mean, this is a whole body, and you had to carry, you know, this whole body, and now he's deceased. And then they're like, well, he can't have my name. Can't have my name. I'm going to buy me a Cadillac. What the hell?
Yeah. And, you know, I think as much as he did to me, I think the most hurtful was when he wouldn't give me the money to bury him.
Oh.
You know, like the hospital gave us the option to, Henry Ford Hospital was really, 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 they were so awesome.
Uh-huh.
They had a program where when babies pass away, they own part of a cemetery.
Yeah.
And they would put the babies there, and it would just be a garden of babies.
Mm-hmm.
And they offered for me to give them the baby so they could put him in the garden, or I could come back and get him and like make funeral arrangements for myself.
Right.
And I didn't really want a funeral, but I just wanted him to go somewhere that I could go back and see him and visit him, and or even if I got him cremated to do his, have his ashes, just something.
Yeah.
And I wasn't working my whole pregnancy because I was really sick, with the same condition that I had with my daughter. So I didn't have any money saved up, and he was like, "No, I'm not giving you the money for that. Leave him here."
Mm-mm.
And I just was like, "Oh my God!" Like,
that's a kick in the
so
nuts.
Cool.
I mean, that deserved a kick in the nuts right there. I just can't. That's very cold.
I finally found out how he felt about it after we got divorced.
Mm-hmm.
After our divorce went through and we were long gone, living our lives, and he contacted me, I want to say it was maybe 4 or 5 months after we got divorced. And he just kind of told me then, like, I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. So I just tried to act like it didn't happen and that would make it better, But I'm thinking, like, why didn't you say that when we were married? Like, why you wait all the way until we were divorced to start wanting to pour your heart out? It's over. I'm long gone.
Yeah, and the thing is, he had you there to talk to. I mean, you guys had each other. What you would have thought, if you didn't have anybody else, you would have had each other. But he went left, you went right, and then now years later, he figured, oh, well, I should have acted this way. I should have acted that way. But, I mean, that's a hurt that you don't ever get over. Losing a child, you don't ever get over it. You live with the fact that the child is gone, but I don't think it's something that you really ever get over. And for them to say, get over it, it's like, you can't just say it never happened.
Yeah. I can't believe his mother said it. Like, you're a woman.
Yeah. And she had a miscarriage, like too. But, so she's just saying whatever baby she had, I got over it.
Yeah, like, you need to just get over it. Like, well, no, it doesn't work like that, so. But, everything happens for a reason, and, I'm very thankful for my angel, and I think that a lot of the stuff that me and him went through, even though I was hurt in the process, I don't think it it wasn't a lesson for me. It was more so a lesson for him. And sometimes we have to be in that lesson for somebody else. Sometimes we have to be the lesson.
Yeah.
You know, because I think that, and I know that by the type of marriage that we had, the miscommunication, the pain and cheating, all the stuff that we went through, I know that now when he gets married again, he'll be a better husband for somebody else. See, I don't want him again.
Yeah,
but he will be a better husband for somebody else.
You like you said, you kind of knew all that stuff, like it was time to go, and you know things happen for a reason. Because when I got ready to go, I was going. People was like, "Why are you gonna go?" You know, it's like, okay, me and you don't talk, and then it's like, well, let's go talk. No, I mean we've been together this long, and we ain't talk. A day's talk is not gonna save us now. That's something that you should do.
I gave him so many opportunities, so many. Like when I left. When I finally packed my things and moved, I didn't even file for the divorce. I told him, because he had a girlfriend at the time, I told him that, I said, you know what, be with her, see how it is on the other side. I'm going to be over here, and we're going to see, I don't want a divorce, and then you turn around and want to get back together after we divorce. So I'm going to give you your time to do what you need to do and to explore and to figure your life out. I said, but when you feel like you're ready to get back together, then you call me. But if you feel like you're ready for a divorce, then you call me. But I'm not going to be the one to make the call about the divorce. That's going to be up to you. I'm going to let you decide that. And he called me about a month later and was like, they're moving in together, and he wanted a divorce.
Oh.
So I was like, okay. So I went downtown. I got the paperwork. He paid for it. And I came and took him the papers. And I said, now when you sign this, this is it. I want you to understand that this is it. I'm not the type of girl that's going to be like, oh, we divorced, let's get back together. No, you no longer exist to me once this is done.
Right.
And he signed the papers, and we got the divorce, and I have literally not spoken to him since 2011.
Wow.
Well, since about 2011, when my brother passed away, he sent our family flowers and money for the headstone and things, but that was really nice. But and that was communication with my mom, but I have not physically talked to him in years.
Wow. Well, that you made the best move for you, because now you got little Mimi, and she is like two hands full. When you have me cracking up talking about she in there going, oh shit. I'm like,
she cussed up a storm.
Oh my goodness! I'm like, okay, who's been teaching her that?
She cussed like a grown woman.
I know. I was just cracking up. I was like, that little girl right there. And
she knows too, because when you catch her cussing, she look at you and she's like, "Stop cussing, Nina." Like, yeah, you know what I'm about to say.
She tell herself to stop. Cause she
already knows.
Yeah, she already know.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Yeah, she's something else. Yeah, I wouldn't trade her for the world. So everything was supposed to happen just the way it was.
Yeah. So now the book number 11, what is that going to be about?
Well, I'm actually working on, you could say, 6 books at once.
Girl, please. When you have time to do anything? Look, when do you have time to do anything else?
I know.
Look, you over there.
I have.
I could see you you nursing in your left hand and writing in your right hand while they try. You like doing blood pressure and writing at the same time.
Yes. Everybody was asking me for a Messy Daddy series. Since I wrote the Messy Baby Mamas, now I gotta write the Messy Baby Daddy.
Oh.
So it's 5 of those also. So I'm actually working on the 5 Messy Baby Daddies.
That is funny. That is funny. Because when I look at all the things you're doing, it's like, when do you have time? Like you say, you be up all time tonight, because I'm up all times of night, and I look online, you online. I'm like, don't this girl ever sleep? I know. I let the baby sleep in as long as she can, and I'll be right there with her. Because since I do home care, I'm able to make my own schedule, thank God. Oh, yeah.
And so I don't have to go to work early in the morning if I don't want to. I can take the day off if I want to. And I have a sitter that comes to the house that I pay, who come Monday through Friday. So he's here all day. So if I don't have to go to nursing work, then I can stay home and write. and she'll still keep it there.
Oh, well, that's good. You
Yeah,
got it
it
all
works
figured
like
out.
that.
Yeah, you got it figured out. Cause I
Trying.
figured, look, I figure you must have Medusa arms instead of snakes on your head. Cause you like author, mother, nurse, and wife, and Then I saw you. What was that convention or something? I just saw you at with one of the books you had. What was
so sick of traveling.
You what?
I'm so sick of traveling.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, cause every time I look up, you somewhere. Cause you guys are supposed to be doing
Yeah,
another.
I've been to.
You supposed to be doing another.
We're doing a book signing this Saturday.
Yeah, cause I thought you said Flint to Detroit or Detroit to Flint or something like that.
Yeah.
And I thought, when does she have
Yep.
time to stop? Well, when you become a millionaire. Yeah, with when your book sales hit your million and you become a millionaire, then you won't have to worry about it. You'll have your nanny, you have your private jet. You don't have to worry about that.
I know. Look, somebody told me. Somebody said, I said, I'm so tired. And my friend said, well, you have the same amount of hours in your dad's Beyonce. I said, I'll slap you in your head. I said, no, I said, Beyonce got to cook. Who's talking about a cook that bring her food? She ain't got to cook a dinner.
Right.
She ain't got to watch a child if she don't want to watch a child. She can get flown wherever she want to fly to.
Mm-hmm.
I said, so don't dare say I got the same amount of hours as Beyonce, because I do not.
Girl, I just saw an article about her the other day. They were saying how Blue Ivy was jealous of the babies, and they said Beyonce gives Blue Ivy 1 hour a day. And I was like, what?
Oh.
She said she gives her 1 hour a day. Now, what did she do all the other hours? What happens during the other hours of the day?
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, I give her 1 hour a day of my time, and now I got to go over here and do these twins, and then I got to jet off to a concert. No wonder the child feel like that.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. And that's one of my fears about having another baby. Me feeling like, oh, my mom doesn't have time for me anymore, So, yeah, that got to be, I would just rest. I would be done with concerts and everything for now. Got more than enough money.
Right. That's what I said. They got more than enough money, so I don't understand what the problem is. Why you got 3 kids now, and, they just want to keep jet setting and concerting, and I mean, they got more money than they'll ever spend in their life unless they just go buck wild all of a sudden. Both of them. I mean,
I don't think that's it, even if they went buck wild.
Well, I mean, they could never spend it all in a lifetime. To me, after a while, you need to stop. I mean, who are you saving all that money for?
Yeah, because, I mean, the kids got money. They got money from your money.
Yeah, and Jay-Z, now, there was somebody out there talking about they had a baby by Jay-Z, and that story came and went real quick and in a hurry.
Oh, yeah, any story with them come real quick and in a hurry. it be in and out. They should be president because they can keep things from hitting better than presidents can.
I know
Don't
that's
nothing
right.
come. If they don't want it out there, it ain't out there. They shut everything down.
They shut down a whole hospital just so she can give birth. I'm like, a whole floor just to her. What? I'd be like, hell no, that's my room over there.
They say, excuse me, ma'am, you're going to have to deliver at this hospital this week because we got a special occasion going on. Like,
Yeah,
what do you mean?
that I couldn't believe that. I cannot believe that money will buy you stuff like that. How could the hospital, in good integrity, tell somebody else they got to go somewhere else to deliver because we got this movie stars, pop stars, whatever they are, taking up the whole floor?
Yeah. And I thought hospitals were nonprofit.
Me too. Well, somebody got a profit. Somebody got some Beyonce money, because you can't just do that. I wouldn't think you could just do that.
Yeah, money can get you anything in today's day and age.
Yeah, it got us a president. It got us a useless president.
I know, right?
Oh my God! I have to pray every day because that boy is gone buck wild himself.
Yeah, you see, North Korea acting all crazy right now. So I mean,
Yeah, oh, we gonna get blown up. That little boy with the funny haircut, he said, I'm gonna just sit back and wait on y'all. Just say one more word. That's what he
You
gonna
know,
do.
they said that he kind of disappeared. He disappeared for the last few days or something like that.
Well, he's been testing and got his figures and everything right, so when he pushed that button, he know exactly where it's gonna go. And that's why he was saying,
Oh,
well, I'm gonna just take a little minute here. I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna watch y'all. But they said, yeah, he was over there calculating figures and everything. So when he get ready to
oh
launch,
my God.
he know where it's gonna go. He already told him we gonna hit the waters outside of Guam. So can you imagine if they put a bomb in that water, how that island is gonna disappear?
Mm, mm, mm,
That's all I
mm,
think
mm.
about is the
I just want to
Terminator.
tell him. I just want to tell him I don't have nothing to do with none of this.
Right. I'd be like, can
You
I
know,
go, please? Can I leave,
leave us
please?
alone.
Right, right. And it's
Yeah.
like when I think of remember the Terminator when she went to sleep and she dreamed about that explosion went off and how it spread across everything. That's what I see. That's
Yeah.
what I see happening.
Yeah, you know, I was talking to my husband. I was like, we gotta start prepping.
we're
You know,
gonna we're gonna be some of those
we
survival
gotta have
people.
our stuff together.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have
Yeah,
a
that's what we're gonna have
dungeon.
to build a thing underground.
Yeah. Well, the president and them they have bunkers underground, but we don't.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. It's starting all the drama and leaving us to defend. Like
Exactly. They
we
gonna
ain't
run
got
underground, take all his family and stuff underground, and we gonna be up here fried up like French fries.
they ain't even going to take anybody in the ground. They're going to be in their jet, and they're going to be off in some other country.
They be
Just
like,
waiting to come back to America to start all over again and start some more mess.
ugh, I just don't even want to think about it. All I think about is end of days. You know, it's getting closer and
I know.
closer. And somebody was talking about Revelation the other day, and I was like, please don't say that, because everybody's going buck wild. That little boy with the haircut, he just want to do something, and Trump is just antagonizing, and I'm just done with
Yeah.
it. I'm just over. I can't believe the stuff come out of his mouth. He just the dumbest. I don't even want to say the word.
Yeah.
A bag of
man.
rocks.
It's just like, this is who our president is. Oh, my goodness. Like, this is
Yeah,
insane.
he fooled a lot of people. A lot of people voted him thinking he was going to do
Yeah.
so much, and then he got in there, and now they mad. I'm like, too bad.
Exactly. Yeah, because he's a good, I mean, like, he could have been a good businessman. You know what I mean?
Well, not that much. I mean, he
a
done
lot of
filed.
people wanted to,
Yeah, but he's filed bankruptcy so many times, and so he's not that good a businessman. But he got a lot of money. He always bragging about I'm super rich. He says I'm super rich.
he know how to keep all his money. That's why he's back doing all that bankruptcy. He know how to keep all that money.
Yeah. But he's such a freak. He told the one chick, "Oh, you look good."
Yeah.
It's like feeling her up in front of his woman, and then he gonna tell his daughter, "Gonna
Well,
you feel it?"
that ain't his woman.
Yeah,
His daughter,
right.
his woman.
That's just a hooker that he picked up somewhere. I better quit because the FBI be on Facebook.
Right.
They be coming knocking on my door. Miss Quade, we got this recording. We want to know that you say this. I'll be like,
Exactly.
I said, no, that's not my voice. Does that sound like my voice? All of a sudden, I'm
Like, what happened
speaking.
to freedom of speech?
Right. It's gone. They paid for it. It's over. But, oh my
Yeah, it's
goodness.
crazy out here.
I mean, but anyways, Akia, I am so happy that you took the time to reach out and just get on here and chat with us today. We had a ball, and John told Mr. Moss, and Mr. Moss was like, "Oh, for real?" He's like, "Well, I'm gonna watch the show," because he didn't know that we knew each other. I said, "Well, we know each other through Facebook," and I saw her say, "My granddad is Mr. Moss." That's why I was like, "What?" But yeah, I am so glad.
Yes, he's one of the most amazing men in the world.
That's what I hear, because I'm not from from Flint, and people that went to Beecher said he was really good there, but I know I've met him a couple of times here. I come in the studio one time and he's leaving, like I'm on Tuesday, he's on Monday, so we don't ever like really cross paths. But I think I was down here when we had the African American show with this other lady, and I ran into him. But yeah, I don't want to take any more of your time, and I am so glad that you did take the time to just get in and talk about your books and your life. And now I've heard your voice, so your voice go with your picture. You know, everybody
Well,
texts.
thank you.
Yeah, everybody texts, so you never get to hear a person's voice. You know, it's like you can text them, but you don't know what they sound like.
Right.
But
well, thank you. I want to thank you guys for having me on today and taking the time out to allow me to come talk about my books and everything.
yeah. Well, John's gonna make sure we're gonna post it up so you'll be able to grab the link and pass it around to everybody. And I wish you well on your book number 11.
Thank you.
Number 11, because you never stop. You like that Energizer bunny.
You might want to interject again where you can get the books at too, where they're available.
Oh yeah, where do people get the books? John just said he wanted people to find out where they can get any of your books from.
You can get all of my books on Amazon. All you have to do is go to .com and then put in / and put in literally author Blackbird, and it's BLACKBYRD. Or you can literally go to my website, which is www.myblackbird, and that's the same, BLACKBYRD. And you can look on there and you can purchase it will give you the Amazon link and everything. You can click on there and get the books.
Oh, okay, because I like the Blackbird part. It's sort of like Rock Creek Park by the Blackbirds. That's what I thought about when I saw that. I was like, oh, she's strolling in the park, doing it after dark. Oh, yeah. But anyways, well, you take care, dear, and John will get you hooked up on Facebook, and you can get the link, and I hope to meet you one day when you come in town, and we'll talk again.
Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome, and have a good day.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye. So, am I still on, John?
Yeah, you're still on.
So I just want to thank everybody that tuned in. I hope you had as much fun as I had today talking to Arthur Blackbird, Lakila. See, I said her name right the first time, and now it's like I'm messing up all the way around. But Lakila Deloche Lucas, Arthur Blackbird. And like I say, go to Amazon. You can put in Amazon.com, and you can get all of her books. And also put my book out. You can go to Lulu.com, and this is it. So want to wish everybody a happy day, and we're getting ready to get out the pit. So in saying that, we're out.